Good morning, sunshines. Callie Carroll here. I'm not sure who I am anymore. So we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Say good morning, sunshine. First, you guys, preferably out loud to like a neighbor or somebody that you're by right now, and not just like good morning, sunshine, but like good morning, sunshine to a friend and just see how they respond. It'll be so great, you guys, so energetic. And then maybe tell them something you're grateful for. Be like, man, I am grateful that I didn't hit traffic today. I'm grateful for the beautiful sunrise or the cotton candy Colorado mountains that we had this morning. Did you guys see that? Coloradans, any of you? So anything that you're grateful for. Let's talk about who we are. Okay. I woke up this morning, you guys. My baby boy, my 2.5-year-old, had his final chemotherapy session yesterday after 16 months. A lot of you guys did final live chemo with me yesterday at the hospital. And 16 months and a couple days ago, whatever, 455 days ago, I knew who I was at that time. Right? I knew who I was at that time. And in that period of my life, I had a flow of what I was doing. I was an entrepreneur. I was running multiple challenges. I was supporting women with their mindset and their forward movement, helping them not to only survive life, but thrive life through some programs. I was helping people lose 10 pounds, 100 pounds, find their confidence. I was building teams. I was speaking. I was doing a lot of this, right? I knew who I was in that moment. Good morning, Eric. How are you? And then life hit me, right? And God was kind of like, okay, I know you knew who you were, but you need to let go of that because this is who you need to be now in order to survive the next year and a half. And all of that, even though I didn't think it was going to wash away, I was like, oh, I'll get back to it in August. This was in June, you guys. Oh, I'll get back to it in August. In August, I'm like, oh, you know what? October will be fine. October, we get shitty scans back. I'm like, okay, probably first of the year. This continuously happened until we got to where we are right now, where it's been so long. And I wake up this morning and I'm like, who are you? Like, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, who are you? Like, as we're going to be stepping into another chapter of life, which I'm just splendid. I love that. As I'm stepping into another chapter of life, I have the opportunity to decide who I really am instead of just falling back into who I have been. And this conversation isn't about me, it's about you, right? And who you are and who you have been and who you want to become, and acknowledging that there are different chapters of your life that you get to experience. You get to keep churning that page to become the next thing, right? So I took myself out on, like, for the first time in a while, right? I was running for a little bit there, and then life got all hectic and crazy. So I got to go out for a little run and a little walk, and I wanted to have some time with me, really to introspect on who am I. Like, what do I love? And this is the conversation I had with my own self this morning as I was going out, right? I was thinking first about how this has happened to me multiple times in my world, in my short life already, right? I was thinking back to 2009 when we had careers as, a family who owned a mortgage company. I was a realtor. And then 2009, there's a recession. Mortgage brokers are no longer a thing, working for companies. And I had the opportunity at that point to decide, who am I, right? Do I want to go back to the corporate world? Do I love real estate? And what am I willing to sacrifice for what I love in my experiences? And it led me down this wild road that I never thought I would be in, of fitness and mental health, physical health, personal growth. I never thought I would be taking that path, but that time of my life allowed for a pause, although it wasn't a comfortable pause, right? In order to figure out where I wanted to go. Those uncomfortable pauses, you guys, in your worlds, even if it's an uncomfortable pause of 16 months with my child having cancer, that uncomfortable pause creates a space for me to step back in perspective and look down and decide, who am I? Who do I want to be? And you've got pauses going on as well. You've got things that have occurred for you. Maybe you're listening, maybe you're paying attention, maybe you just keep pushing it to the side, and guess what? They're going to keep knocking you down. Haley, good morning, sunshine. Changing exactly, that's what we're talking about, right? They're going to keep knocking you down until you take your pause so you can really review and reflect. Am I the who I am now? Is that the me that I want to be in the next chapter? It was great for this chapter. I loved my real estate chapter. Guys, it was super cool. I loved my startup company chapter back in the early 2000s. I loved my college chapter, right? I didn't feel like I loved my bankruptcy chapter, but looking back at it now and the growth that I took and the steps that I embraced really did mold me into who I am. So each little chapter, it's like you can look like, is this what I want? What do I want to step into? And I wanted to share this today because I now understand that I get to intentionally do this. I think before I was just like, scrambling, like, oh my gosh, what do we want to do? It's 2009. I need to go back and get a job, but then I have these two little ones and I don't want to leave them and I never want to leave them. And do I really want to work for someone else? And how much do we have to pay for childcare to go work for them? And I was like, it's just like crazy. And then I was like, no, I love fitness. I'm going to start teaching and I'm going to see what I can do. And I'm going to give myself 1 year to build this business. Okay. So it was like out of like a little bit of desperation and fear almost. And now I realize that it can be out of inspiration and realization that we have the opportunity to choose. You have the opportunity to wake up tomorrow, okay? You don't even have to have shit hit the fan. Your life does not have to come crumbling down around you for you to do this. But you could say, I'm going to wake up 20 minutes earlier tomorrow, and I'm going to go out with no music, no headphones, nothing, and I'm just going to walk up and down the street. And I'm going to allow for my brain to find some space, and I'm going to ask myself a question. This is the question you're going to ask yourself. What do I love? What do I love? This is the question I ask myself. What do I love? What lights me up? What puts the fire in my belly and gets me jacked? Where in my world do I feel most alive? And you can spend some time with that. You might need to spend 5 minutes with it. You might need to spend 5 months with that. What what gets the fire in your belly? If you know what gets the fire in your belly, then you can share that. Hot damn, right? You are ahead of so many people out there. And if you can't answer it yet and you're like, oh, great, might as well give up. You're with most people out there, okay? Most people don't take time to spend with themselves to acknowledge what is lighting them up. So what lights you up? What fires you up? And then after you can spend some time with that, and I'm still in the beginning stages, you guys, I only took a 1 hour little jaunt this morning. That's how much time I've had with my own self for that. I know that I need much more time and introspection to do this. So next comes, if this is what I love, okay, my example, right? This is the things that I discovered this morning. I love being present and playing with my babies without worrying about something over here right now. I love being in that space. I love supporting other people. I love talking. I love teaching, and I love supporting and helping others. Like, I love when I get a message back of like, you know what? I don't know if you knew you were talking to me directly today, but my eyes were open and I'm taking a shift in my life, and it's been so beneficial for me. I love having that positive influence on people, right? So I got to spend some time with that. And then you think, okay, so I know some things that I love. How can I incorporate those into my life on a regular basis? It doesn't have to be what you're paid for. It doesn't have to be for your career. It could be, right? But just stepping into your passion in some arena of your life will bring you more joy as you walk into the next chapter. And this is so close to my heart right now because as we just finished chemotherapy yesterday, I feel like I am starting to approach the turning to the next chapter. Now, I know I'm not there because this month is going to be one of my busiest months ever, right? We've got scans, we've got doctor's appointments, we've got Make-A-Wish, we've got port removal, we've got conversations with the specialist. We've got to see really what's next for us. But I know also that it's coming close, and I have the opportunity to start introspecting now so I can spend some time with me to see who I really want to be in my next chapter. If you can do that with intention, you guys, imagine when you look back through your novel of your life, your book of your life, all of the different comical, fun, some tragic, wild, adventurous, joyous chapters that are going to be in your story. And the point here is so that so you can acknowledge that you get to turn the page. And that whatever chapter you're in right now, you are not stuck. You're not stuck. You might feel like you're stuck, right? it might be there might be some persevering that you get to do, like I've got to do over the last 16 months, but you are not stuck. You get to at some point start making decisions and taking action to lead you towards a new chapter. And that's pretty empowering. So, you guys, what's next for this girl? Who am I? I have no effing clue. Stop asking me. I'm still trying to figure it out. But I'm getting there, and I'll continue to get there one day at a time. And I hope this supports you to do the same. You know, take some time. We always commit at the end of the video, right? If you're committed to taking some time to ask yourself the question, what do I love and what lights me up? Let's just start there. What do I love? What lights me up? See what happens. What's the worst that could happen, right? If you're committed, say, I'm committed. You guys, I love you. Good morning, sunshines. I'm going to go play with my babies today because we are in hideout for a couple weeks now where we just don't see humans. And I can just introspect all day long. So, not all day long, but, you know, a lot of the day. Okay, guys, I love you. Hope you have a great day. Remember, perspective reveals miracles, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.